You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
Aloha.
Aloha,
We
Bron.
have to start like that.
Wow, we are literally doing this from Hawaii. We are
From Oahu, Hawaii.
Oahu is now. Explain that to me again. Oahu is.
You explain it, because let's see if you've gotten it. Like, where are we in the world? Like, explain.
I don't know where we are. We're on the other side of the world, right? Further than. But Oahu is the island,
Oahu is the island.
and we are in Kauai. What are we?
No, Kauai's another island.
What are we in?
We're on the island of Oahu.
Right, but I know. But we're in a special area. Turtle Bay. I know, but what's it called?
Yeah, we're in the north shore of the island. I don't even know what the town is called. I think Kahuku.
Okay, but either way,
Kahuku,
here we are.
I
I don't like
think.
this fucking leaf is bothering me, but that's all right.
Rip it off.
No, it's very nice. They gave this to us. I like.
Yeah,
that.
we're in Kahuku.
It says, Jonathan, now welcome to Turtle Bay. How nice is that?
So shout out Turtle Bay. They're not sponsoring this episode.
By the way, great friggin' resort, though, right?
Oh, it's so beautiful here.
It's paradise.
If you're watching the video, you can see behind us. We're right on the ocean. It's nice here.
It's in between the ocean and like the other waterway. What is that?
Well,
also
there's
the ocean?
it's all the ocean.
No, I mean,
this
what
is an island,
No,
so
I know.
everything around us is the ocean.
Right. That makes sense, right?
These are bays, like
It's
a
beautiful.
lagoon. Yeah.
We are here. It is a great time, and we got here the whole family and little Bertle's girlfriend, and we've been here with this our third day.
This is our third morning.
And today we're going to Pearl Harbor.
We're driving to Honolulu today to go see Pearl Harbor, which is
Honolulu is another city on Maui. No.
Maui's another island.
Right.
Honolulu is a city on Oahu. It's
Oahu.
the main. It's the capital of the state.
Oahu. Why does my mic sound bad?
Doesn't to me.
Okay. So here we are.
We brought all our podcast stuff 7,000 miles just for you guys.
And it's great, and it's a great family trip. And then tonight we are going to go horseback riding as a family.
We are. That'll be interesting.
Hopefully on the beach, which would be really cool.
Yeah. Although horseback riding is always fun, and then when you're doing it, you're just like walking, because they never let you go.
We'll go.
I want to go on the horse and be like kick it into gear and be like Seabiscuit fucking running.
Really, be like Seabiscuit fucking running tough.
Like I want to go fast. I don't want to be like
look at mom.
trotting.
Look at mom put her makeup on in that.
We're in our hotel room right now. We're in their hotel room. My hotel room's next door.
Mama Nell is getting all dolled
And
up.
she's in the bathroom getting dolled up to go to Pearl Harbor.
Not only that, but I guarantee you this will be about an hour podcast, and she'll still be working on getting all dolled up.
Oh, totally. She's fully dressed, fully
Come
showered.
here, Mama Nell, for 1 minute. Come over here and sit on Santa's lap and tell me what you want for Christmas. Come here.
Ew.
Teasing you. Come out. She's coming. Look how cute she is. Come on.
You were just in an outfit,
No.
and you changed your full outfit.
Step over. This is Mama Nell, everybody. Look how cute she is. Come on. Give me a kiss, baby girl. She's so cute. Look at your mommy. All right. That's all I want to say.
Say hi.
Hi. Hey, everybody. I'm still getting dressed.
You look good, though, honey. You having a good trip?
The best. The best. Love being with my family.
All right, now
Family
get out of here.
everything.
You got to love you. Go get dressed.
Are you enjoying Hawaii so far?
Me?
Yeah.
Of course.
Because you always used to say, when you were young, you would like, why would I ever go to Hawaii when I live in Florida? Why would I spend money to go to another beach?
I still agree with that.
It's a different kind of beach, though.
Okay,
it's different
but
here.
not for the amount of money we're spending.
It's a lot of money.
Well, it's free to you.
I didn't say it's a lot of my money. I just said it's
No,
a lot of money.
of fucking money. Even though everything here is very expensive, but I'm glad we're here with the family. Life is short, and it's a beautiful memory, and I think all you guys are really appreciating it. And I love being with everybody, so to me, it's worth it. But it is a lot.
It also feels like we've only been here for 2 days, but it feels like a long time.
because we're up at 5 a.m.
I know, because our time is different. Yeah.
But I'm glad we're here. It's a great trip, and
all we've been doing is sitting and eating.
and working. We've been working out. Well, you have
Once.
twice,
Worked out once.
twice.
No.
Yesterday and today.
You worked
2
out
days.
yesterday? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But it's a great trip. Now you look nice.
She's putting on another outfit. Oh, a
No,
jacket.
she's not. You
a
look
jacket.
cute. It's a cute outfit. You bought that for the trip? Of course you did. So, no, I'm 100% glad we're here. It's a beautiful trip, great memories, and we have everybody together. How fucking awesome is that?
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
No, the weather is beyond.
It might be the best weather I've ever experienced.
Yes, the weather.
Like, I don't think there's more perfect of a temperature, of a breeze. It's like,
No,
it's not
the
cold,
zero
it's not
humidity.
hot.
No, it's perfect weather.
yeah.
All right, so we are here. Hello, everybody, and let's get to business.
We already did that.
Let's get down to business. What do we got going, Bronny? What do you got on the list for us today? Don't start that.
The
whole
only thing I have written down is Hawaii.
You're so funny. Look at you. You're a funny guy.
It has been.
Good day, mate. Good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is. Good.
Mom, we need to get down on medicine.
Good day, mate.
You need. Oh yeah.
Because you know why?
You need Simone Biles Ritalin.
I had to make. Wow, that's evil. Leave me alone.
That 100% has ADHD. Like that's definitely a thing. It's not a bad thing.
First of all,
but
leave me
it is a
alone.
thing.
My aunt died. I'm going to take a day off. I have mental health right now. And now you didn't make.
Don't make fun of her for.
I'm not. You didn't make my
mental
fucking
health.
cappuccino today.
How dare you, Mom? Your medicine.
That's a problem. I bet you do. I told my boys if I died at an early age, I want a full fucking autopsy. Oh, you thinking you're probably slowly fucking poisoning me with like rat poison and shit.
Because there's like a $3 million life insurance policy that we need.
A lot more than $3 million life insurance policy. You have to do it before 70. That's when the term life insurance ends now.
Okay,
So
we've got time, Mom.
69 and a half. You got to fucking take care of it. So
Yeah,
remember that, Bronson?
it's in my phone. It's been in my phone.
No, but Bronson, you have to remember, you might be in on it.
I might be. I'm the mastermind behind it.
I'm gonna contact Scott and let Scott know. Scott will be a good advocate for me.
Scott Osher?
Yeah, of course, guaranteed. I'm gonna have Scott do it.
Okay, I guess
Fuck.
a thing that I don't want to talk about, but we should because we haven't done an episode since. I don't think we have about New York City's like vaccine passports fully.
It's a real problem. Do we want to keep talking about it? Do people want to hear about it?
I think people want to hear our take. We don't need to go in depth, but just we'll talk about it. So basically, if you live under a rock,
I bet we have the same view on it.
Yeah,
most people do.
I would hope so. I'll give a brief background.
We're completely in agreement with New York City. Only joking.
So New York City, the mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio. Otherwise,
let's go. So that wearing that watch now that Pop passed away, does that mean more to you? I'm just doing purposely.
I was in the middle of a full conversation.
That's right. You're always in the middle of a
Does
conversation.
that mean more to me?
Yeah, or no?
It's the same meaning.
Okay.
Same amount of meaning.
Continue.
Mayor Bill de Blasio, whose name is actually Warren Wilhelm Jr., so that's what everyone should call him that, because Bill de Blasio is completely a fake name.
And he's a Nazi, right?
No, he's German, not Italian.
Okay.
Warren Wilhelm Jr. is his name. So the mayor of New York, Warren Wilhelm Jr., he put in place a thing called the Key to New York City, where now it's that if you want to do pretty much anything, if you want to go into a restaurant and eat, if you want to go to any indoor establishment,
gym, retail,
any gym,
movie theater,
any entertainment venue, any concert, anything, if you want to enjoy what New York City has to offer,
sex in an indoor public place.
If you want to enjoy anything that New York City has to offer, you now have to be vaccinated. You have to prove your vaccination status.
Prove your vaccination.
And you have to have the app, like called the Excelsior Pass or whatever, on your phone. And so if you're going into a restaurant, they scan your app to know that you're eligible to eat in the restaurant.
Fucking idiot.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Did we do the opening? Yes. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
My thoughts are, I have a serious problem with it. Number one, it's typical New York. No, you know LA's next, right?
Of course. So New York was the first place to do it in the country. It's going to happen more and more, obviously.
First of all, I think it's a violation of your privacy, number one, on what your choices are. I think it's a violation of constitutional right. I think it's a violation of your it's probably got to be a violation of HIPAA laws too, though. You know what I'm saying? HIPAA laws are very, very I'm not an expert in HIPAA by any means, but there's a serious confidentiality to your medical records. This is a medical record. It is a medical record.
Yeah, I mean, it's not done by like your it's not your doctor records. But like your CDC vaccine card isn't like from your doctor, but your doctor doesn't have it.
Medical related.
But also, the thing we've learned through this pandemic is that you're like, it's a violation of HIPAA laws, but it's like, that doesn't matter. Laws don't matter to the government. They can do whatever they want.
Well,
the laws don't matter.
I don't know about that. I think the government could do things initially, but I think things are going to change. For example, look what's going on with Florida and DeSantis and how he's passed bills otherwise related to, what employers can or cannot do related to the federal government. So I think that...
And the federal government and the media are really painting him as evil. Like you go on the news now, or like you scroll through Twitter and you see it's all just about how he's killing people in Florida, how he needs to resign. And it's like, I think because they're threatened by,
They fear him. So
because he's not part of the
now listen,
establishment.
I don't think fucking DeSantis gives a shit how they portray him because he doesn't give a fuck, and that's what I love about him. He believes like he doesn't care what people think. He does what he thinks is right, and that's a big motto of our podcast, right? We always talked about that. I do think that. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh fuck, I had a good point too.
Talking about HIPAA laws, that I said the federal government laws don't really apply to them. It doesn't really matter.
Oh shit. I don't know. It'll come back to me.
DeSantis. I just think, but I mean, my views on the situation in New York is that.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, go.
So here's the deal. The reason why the fucking thing is stupid, which you know, because I fucking talk about this all the time. You said it so eloquently months ago that they keep pushing back the boundary line. So, you know what I'm saying? Oh, do this. And then when you do this, they keep pushing it back. So there'll never be an end to it. But the bigger thing is this. Number one is we know that the vaccine does not stop you from getting COVID. It does not stop you from spreading COVID. That's a fucking given. That's not subjective. That's 100% a given. What the vaccine does is it helps you not get as sick. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
That's the only thing that scientifically and factually
That's
is
the
proven to be
only
done.
thing that we know 100%. And by the way, it doesn't mean that everyone won't get sick. It's just the people that they tested on and so forth. And also this fucking vaccine is not even FDA approved. So the big issue is having the vaccine is for their purposes the dumbest fucking thing. I don't agree with the mask, period. I do not agree with the mask, but I can understand. I know Fauci one day says the mask.
You don't agree with mask mandates. You don't.
Correct.
Like if someone wants to wear a mask, you're not like, take your mask off.
No, listen. No, I agree with that. No, I'm saying don't. If you want to wear it, wear it.
It's about what you want to do.
Right. So, but hear me out. If they can't, I understand whether or not, again, Fauci one day says one thing and the next day says the complete opposite. But I would think from a common sense standpoint, Bronson, if you wear a mask, it probably helps you from catching it from someone.
It can't hurt, right?
It can't hurt. That's what I'm saying. And it probably helps you from stopping your germs spreading to someone else.
It definitely helps some of your germs from spreading.
Both ways. Helps you as an individual wearing it, helps those around you when you wear it.
Yeah.
That's just common sense, no question. I bet you that's factually proven. What extent, I don't know, nor do I care, but it does help somewhat. But we do know the fucking vaccine does not stop you from spreading it, does not stop you from getting it. So it only helps.
Also, the fact that, we're seeing it proven, we're seeing it played out in real time that the vaccine isn't working like they wanted it to because the Delta variant is. Hospitals are more overrun now than they've ever been.
And
so it's like this is true, over 70% of the American population is vaccinated. So if over 70% of the people are vaccinated, why are the hospitals overrun?
Right, correct.
It means that the vaccine isn't. It's definitely doing something. It's not doing what they wanted.
Wait. How do you know it's definitely doing something?
Well, because people who are getting vaccinated are not getting COVID. A lot of people.
But why are so many people in the hospital now?
Right. No, that's why I'm saying it's definitely doing something. So wait, it's not doing what they wanted it to do.
How do we know it's doing something?
It's not doing what they wanted it to
do. If more people in the hospital now from COVID, fuck the variant. Let's call it COVID. Because then, by the way, they're not testing for the variant. You do know that.
Now they are.
When they're testing.
But there's a new variant now.
Of course.
The Lambda variant.
Of course there is. Listen.
Oh, the Ligma variant. Okay. You know the Ligma variant?
Is that lick my balls, bitch?
Yeah. But actually, there is the Lambda variant. That's a real thing. I'm being serious.
Is that the fraternity one?
Well, it's Greek letters, yes.
Yeah, so my point is this. We don't know what the fucking vaccine is doing. Plain and simple. We don't know. Because obviously it's not working, Bronson, if more people in the hospital. And we have more people in the world vaccinated. You said 70% of the world is vaccinated.
America. I don't know the world. 95% of Israel is vaccinated.
Okay. So we have more people. We know we know more people are vaccinated than prior to.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So now that we're vaccinated, we now know more people. There's a rise where more people are in the hospital now from COVID.
Yes.
Okay. So therefore, so common sense, it doesn't work.
It's not working.
Okay.
It's not working like they wanted it to.
So the reality is, stop with the fucking COVID testing. Let people get COVID. This is like when people had polio and this and whatever. You're gonna wean out certain people. I know it sounds terrible, but if you're worried about COVID,
don't go outside. Get vaccinated and stay indoors.
No, more important.
About it.
How about be healthy? If you have a heart you're a smoker, maybe don't. If you're obese, don't fucking do it. Listen, you think how big was that fucking prime rib we ate last night?
Massive.
No, disgusting.
Yeah.
So all right,
But like
so
not
what
a
did it-
single
what-
government
what
in
did
the
we
world.
do? We worked out this morning.
Not a single government in the world has talked about in the last 2 years. We've been living in a pandemic.
Of the underlying
Not a
issues.
single government in the world has talked about how to live a healthy lifestyle, how to get outdoors, get sunlight, get vitamin D, eat healthy, work out.
Wait.
Like that is to me is why it's like so sketchy. Because when you look at it, you're like, okay, so the government's giving out free vaccines because they want us to all be healthy, and so they're giving it for free because they don't want us to die. So it's like, but then why aren't they telling us that we need to go in the sunlight? That's
Ronnie,
super.
Ronnie,
why aren't they giving us free insulin shots?
Have
Why aren't
they
they giving
ever
us
told
free other medicine?
Have they ever mentioned anything on the news about how to avoid COVID? How to help sustain?
Not
so
a
if you-
single doctor or anyone has talked about how to prevent it.
Correct.
Which now we know vitamin D is very good at preventing it. Having a healthy, strong immune system is good at preventing
Right.
it. But instead of the government pushing that, saying everyone should be out working out, outdoors, soaking up sunlight, eating healthy, it was stay inside, sit on your couch. That's how you can be hero.
Control, dependency. That's all.
So let's go back to New York specifically.
Fuck
So
New
New York
York.
now has a vaccine passport. My personal opinion.
Why
is
would
that-
anybody want to be in New York, Ronnie?
Well, yeah,
Seriously,
I mean,
honestly.
and I probably will never go to
No,
New York.
I don't care. Mom talks about New York. She's like, maybe we should buy a place in New York. We have friends that just bought a co-op there. I am telling you, there is zero fucking desire to ever buy a plane ticket to go to New York. What is in New York that we can't get anywhere? The restaurants? Let's talk about the restaurants. Restaurants are a dime a dozen.
What's in New York is garbage and
the cement. If I want to
Yeah, exactly.
see cement, I'll go into a fucking sewer system.
yeah.
The people are fucking nasty. The theater, big fucking deal theater. What theater? You get in Miami, or I can watch on TV.
Or just watch it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say just watch the movie.
There is nothing in New York that offers anything of any magnitude that would make me say, you know what, honey, let's go to New York. By the way, the Christmas tree, we used to do, it's been, Mom and I have been together 29 years married. 27 or 26 out of 29 years, we would always go to the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center. Last time we went, now, was it disgusting? It was fucking,
and
it was fucking
there's
disgusting.
7 million people standing there too. So you're like this, and you have to push
Okay,
through to
not only-
see,
but that's what I'm
to see a
saying.
dying
No,
tree.
not only was that, but it was like the fucking people was disgusting. I feel like it was on a fucking listen, quiet.
The last
Wait,
the
wait,
last
wait.
7
Wait,
years
wait, wait,
of the
wait,
Rockefeller
wait,
tree,
wait,
it's
wait.
looked like it's
Stop,
on its
stop,
last
stop.
legs, like it's sick.
Bronson, no,
Like it has
you
jaundice.
Do me a favor. Know your role, woman. Lie there and look sexy and don't speak. Okay.
Ew.
So here's the deal, Bronson. When we went to the Rockefeller Center to watch the tree, the fucking crowds and the people were so fucking nasty. I felt like I was in the low level Carnival Cruise Line. That's how disgusting it was. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
So
Wow, you fucked up your thumb, huh?
I didn't.
We got
My
to
nails
take
look
cuticles
nice.
to that. You look at your thumb. All right, good.
I personally think that if a local government wants to instill those rules, I think that that's fine, that they should be able to. And if the people of New York support it, then that's fine. I just personally,
You think they should be able to instill those rules?
no,
It
I-
doesn't
I-
make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No, not
but
what
then,
I'm saying.
but
Meaning
everyone
it
should
doesn't-
leave. But if you don't agree with it, then leave the
But
city.
how can people leave when they have a job? It's not so easy, Bronson. Or the kids are in school. Listen, we're older, Mom and I. If Boca went ahead and implemented, I'm
You're
just gonna
right,
pick up
you're
my
right.
law firm.
But so
It sounds nice in theory.
I think it's super scary that a government in this country is taking away basic freedoms. Literally, your ability to go buy food in a restaurant or supermarket is being taken away for a private pharmaceutical drug to be put in your body. And that's the only
That
way
we
you
know
can-
nothing about.
That's the only way you can get your freedoms back.
Bronson,
is
we-
for a private. It's not government. These are private companies
That we know nothing about.
that have made tens of billions of dollars.
$7.8 billion the first quarter they made with Pfizer.
Yeah.
7.8
and that's
billion.
just Pfizer. There's
Wait,
also Moderna. There's also
wait,
Johnson & Johnson.
7.8 billion in one quarter.
Yep.
So they didn't make 10 billion. That's 30 billion at that
And that's
rate.
just Pfizer.
Just one.
There's the other
And there's
companies
bigger
as well.
ones
There's
too, right.
AstraZeneca. There's
Yep.
Moderna. There's Johnson & Johnson.
So
The biggest city in our country is saying you can't eat food in a restaurant without taking this unapproved private drug. That, regardless of how you feel about the vaccine, regardless of how you feel about COVID or
freedoms,
anything,
right.
that is something that every single person in this country should be like, this
No,
is super
no,
alarming.
they
We should
should say
all
no.
band together because it's like, this is terrifying. Because why would New York? So New York has this now, right? They have the Excelsior Pass, the key to New York City now. Are they just? Are they going to
the twist they make in the key New York City? It's all,
are they going to one day give that up? In 6 months, they're going to be like, all right, we did it. Now New York's open again. No, it'll be forever.
Forever.
This is how New York City will be.
That's right.
So it's like, we have to fight it now. Otherwise, we're done.
See, people think when we talk about this, Bronson, we're talking about anti-vaccine. We're not talking about anti-vaccine. It's nothing to do with. That's not the issue.
This has nothing I'm saying has anything to do with the vaccine.
Right. That's my point. People need to understand that. Like, so when we would talk about various issues, people think we're against the issue. We're not against the vaccine. We say, am I correct in saying, this is yes or no, that if people want to get the vaccine, let them get it. If they don't want to get it, let them not get it. Right? That's our position. Right?
Yeah, completely.
The issue is giving the government that much power, and people need to understand that they just can't be like, whatever, it's no big deal. That's the problem when you start, because you're 100% correct, Bronson. They're never going to give back the power. This is going to become the norm.
But like, when will they stop?
They're not going to.
No.
And so what happens is, so next year, so this is what they do now, and they put this twist, the key. And de Blasio's a fucking idiot, right? We all know that.
Wilhelm.
Okay, Wilhelm. So we know he's a fucking idiot. So what happens is, one is we learn that local government has so much power, which we never really knew about, which is scary. Two is you're giving up this control and this power to the government, which is not what we want to do, because what will happen is you're never getting it back, and it starts with this, and next year it's something else. So now they're going to say, okay, great, you can only come in if you have a haircut that is 2 inches in length, if you only have one tattoo and not two tattoos.
I mean, it's pretty fascist.
Where do you draw the line? So this is so you have to think that this is not about a political issue. This is not about whether you're Democrat or Republican. It's not about whether or not you believe in the vaccine or not, or what your thoughts are on COVID. But you need to understand that this is all purposeful, because what Bronson was saying earlier was very important. They have not done anything whatsoever. They create this hysteria and this hype to scare people, to make us dependent. Would say, go in your houses, stay there, do this, and they take away your freedoms and your liberties, and they cause us depression. They cause you to become financially dependent. Instead of them saying, listen,
and they've caused us to have weak immune systems by staying indoors for a year.
So rather than saying, we need to go ahead and educate ourselves. There's COVID. We don't know if it's a virus. It can continually change, but you need to eat healthy. You need to be healthy. You need to get sun. You need to take vitamins. You need to work out. You need to prevent obesity. These are all the things you need to, what do they say? It's in warm weather, it's not as good, right? It's worse in cold weather, or I'm saying it the opposite way.
No, well, the sunlight. COVID can't really survive in the sun.
So warm weather is better to not get COVID.
Yeah, that's why as we're going into the winter, I think things are going to start locking down again.
Right. So I think it's great. It's better for Florida, and it's going to be better for business, better for Florida economy. But people need to understand, when people get a cortisone shot, that doesn't cure the problem. That's an immediate fix. It doesn't cure the root of the problem. The root of the problem is the government's causing this dependency, and COVID will exist whether we take this vaccine, which obviously isn't doing shit. The COVID will continue to exist just like every other fucking flu virus, polio, whatever. We just have to prevent things and become stronger immune system as human beings, and that's how you survive. If you want to be a fat fuck, 400 pounds, listen, you're high risk at heart disease.
But it's not even about COVID at this point. It's about government power over individuals.
And people are allowing it, and they will continue to allow it, and they're fools. And thank God for DeSantis. Really, Bronson, thank fucking God for him.
Well, it's not even that. Thank God for individuals speaking up. That's what needs to be stressed. Because DeSantis is still the government.
But you know what I'm saying.
It's about people listening to this being weak. It's about people listening to this being like, I'm going to stand up for my individual freedoms.
But they're not.
But that's why they start.
They need to. People need to. You got to speak your mind. And by the way, like, for example, even though they're saying that the DOJ has allowed employers to require vaccines, like from Florida, that's not legal. So you could speak up. I bet you there's going to be a lot of lawsuits, Bronson, over this issue with regards to employers, what they're doing, and requiring vaccines.
I think that's going to drive even more of, it's going to drive the division between the state governments and the federal governments further away from each other. That it's going to make this country, from the start of this podcast, I've said that it feels more and more like the country needs to split into multiple different countries, and this is like the biggest. I think Biden and DeSantis are like in a huge fight where Biden's like, he's ruining the state. They need to mandate vaccines, and DeSantis like, we will never do that. What's going to happen? Who has more power? So that's like we're going to find out
Well,
interesting
you did
things.
say it. I wouldn't surprise me. It'll be interesting to see what's going on. I agree.
Yeah, it's just scary. What governments never give up power. They just
No
keep
one
taking
gives
it.
up power.
And so, like, when is this going to end? Like,
You know what's going to end?
like masks. When are masks going to go away?
They're not going to.
Because we thought that they were going to go away when the vaccine came, and now they're fully back and stronger than ever. And so, new variants are always going to keep coming.
Always.
Like they're always. That's what evolution is. A virus is always going to keep evolving to try to beat our immune systems. That's just nature. So that's never going to end. So is masking ever going to end? Are lockdowns ever going to end? Like at a certain point,
It's terrible.
when are they going to be like, today's the day? It's gone.
What a pivotal year this has been, and it's sad. It's terrible. I mean, even though getting into Hawaii was easier than we thought, it was a
much
hassle. You had to do the paperwork.
Just the
wait,
fact that
Ron,
we even had to be
the barcodes,
checked, right?
It felt
We even had to check our papers
it
to get in.
almost felt like we were going through like a Nazi line,
Yeah. And there were soldiers.
Yes.
There were soldiers in uniform standing there,
right when you
scanning
came
our
off the
temperatures.
right when you came off the airplane.
Yep, taking our temperatures.
It's a little scary,
Now,
guys.
When I was 14, I went to China for a month, and it was right as the swine flu was getting big. Remember, like years ago,
I remember that.
H1N1,
Yep.
and that was a big thing in Asia. And so when I landed in China, people came on the plane in full hazmat suits and took each of our temperatures before we even got off the plane.
How scary is that?
And then every time we were walking through the airport, every like 20 minutes, there were infrared scanners and you would walk through them. And I remember being there in China, in the airport, and walking, and someone next to me, I guess their temperature was too high because we're walking, and then two people with masks and face shields on come out of the wall, like out of a door, grab this person and bring them in.
How
Behind a door.
fucked up is
and then
that?
I don't know, who knows what
They're dead. Right.
and so it's like I remember seeing that and being like, "This is China. Like this is oh my god, this is a communist crazy
scary,
country."
yeah.
When we landed in Hawaii, that was what happened.
Yep.
That was what happened. That's crazy that's in America.
No, it's fucked up, Bronson.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we had to pay $103 a person to get a special test done before we come.
It's all a scam. That's the scam
I had to
part
spend
for sure.
$800 in testing just so my kids so we can come to
That's
the
the
plane.
scam part. That's just to make money. Definitely. That's
No,
just a profit. Because it
the
doesn't
whole
need to be.
thing's profit.
Yeah.
This is Bronson. This is all done by the big pharmaceutical companies owning the fucking government. Don't you understand? This is all
Yes.
fucking. This is a whole
Not
conspiracy.
like I don't think COVID. Well, I don't think like COVID was created for that purpose.
This whole
Like,
thing's.
I think you can have two. I have two forms of thought. Like I think COVID is real. I think COVID maybe came from a lab. We don't know, but I think it also.
We know, Bronson.
I don't. Right, but even if it came from a lab, I don't think it was like leaked to cause all this. I think it might have just gotten out. But I think COVID's real. I think COVID is serious. I think people have died of COVID. But I also think that the government is using it as a perfect opportunity to take power,
And own
to
it.
seize
And
control
own
over the
people.
people,
Own
to
people.
make extra money that they can. In 2020, we saw the single greatest distribution of wealth in the history of humanity. That's a fact. The most amount of money went from the poor class to the upper class in 1 year than ever in the history of the human species. So it's like
It's terrible.
that didn't just happen naturally. That was purposefully, these people in power saw this as an opportunity to take more.
terrible.
It's like when there's
terrible.
riots going on, people are like, "Oh, this is a great opportunity. I'm going to loot this store and just take all my shit, the
Right,
shit,
that's all this
because
is.
I can get away with it now." That's what Zuckerberg, Bezos, the U.S. government, they all saw this as a looting opportunity to loot more money
and people
from
are
the American
dumb.
people
People are
and
stupid.
loot
and
more
they're
control.
fucking dumb, Bronson. You said it so perfectly. We need to stand up. It's not about COVID, not COVID, mask, no mask. It's all about control, government. We fucking got to speak our mind. People need to stop being fucking pussies. Speak your fucking mind.
And like vote with your, I don't mean literally vote, but like vote with your wallet and vote with your feet, right? Like if you don't like I don't like what New York City is doing, holding basic freedoms. I will never go to New York City. I will never spend $1 of mine in New York City.
I won't go.
That's how you win this war.
New York's a shithole. Shithole.
Like I don't believe in what Amazon is doing to this world, so I don't give them any of my money. That's how, because if 60% of the world did that, they're done. They're over. So it's like
I know, but
If
people
most
are not
people,
gonna do that.
if most people in New York City said, "No, I'm not listening to this. I'm not getting that app, and I'm doing this," the government will have to listen. They will, because they work for us.
I know, but we just need we also need a different government, Bronson. We need
Yes,
a different
that's
government.
why we need to get rid of the whole system. Start from scratch. All right, do you want to talk about something else?
Terrible. I will never go to. I never fucking like New York. Never fucking like New York. It's a shithole.
It is a shithole.
You look here. Look how fucking beautiful.
I know.
it is.
Like, what? How
And
could you
New
ever want
York,
to go to New York for
There's the only
this?
place in the world. New York is tall buildings. It's disgusting. It smells fucking.
And the
gross.
people there are annoying.
Yeah, but let me tell you, L.A. was one of the prettiest.
Not the
places.
people that I know.
Listen, L.A. was one of the prettiest places, and they ruined it.
Mhm.
We used to spend what 6-7 weeks in L.A. I mean, you live there, but I used to spend 6-7 weeks with Mom, and I got to tell you,
And at least California is beautiful. Like, New York never was beautiful. There's
Never
not a
said-
single
no.
beauty in
Well,
New York.
I'm at upstate New York is nice, things like that. I'm talking New York
Yeah.
City.
Right. I'm talking about New York City. Los Angeles at least has beauty around it. You look around and there's
Not
beautiful
anymore. Yeah, not anymore.
shit
Though
there.
now it's all fucking urine and homeless and drugs and
tents.
porta potties and shit.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about DaBaby.
These
Because
are
I want to talk about that.
Who you having a baby?
No, DaBaby.
Da baby like the Bronx. These are heavy.
Yeah. Do you know who DaBaby is?
No, it's obviously a rapper because you mentioned
Yeah,
it briefly.
he's a
yesterday.
rapper.
I never heard of Da Baby, the fucking idiot, the moron, the stupid, the fucking generation. Your kids with the names, Da Baby.
Okay, so DaBaby's a rapper.
Of course he is.
He.
No one has real names anymore.
Oh, actually, you know what?
The only one that really was the original one that didn't have a name was Run DMC. That's
That's a name.
No, my point is that's not his real. That was the real fucking. Now it's like Little Nas X, The Baby, Little Ho, the JJ,
Lil
Ain't No
Xan.
Right to- Little Xan.
For Xanax.
Yeah, fucking idiots. I mean, what's next? For the clit. You know, what's the fucking
Actually,
names?
before we talk about DaBaby, it's a cancel court because DaBaby's being canceled.
Oh, then
so
play it.
Let's play our
Which
shit.
one is it,
This
Bronny?
one.
Here we go. It's been a couple
It's
weeks.
been a while.
All right, ready? I'm so nervous. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, Bronny. Mr. Potato Head. What's next, Barbie? Cancel. What does that mean?
Cancel. I love how you say that.
Crazy. Oh, my. This guy's got a great voice. Whose voice is that? Very soothing. How much more can I take? I can't handle it. Yeah. It's the beginning of the end. Word up. So true. True that.
Okay, so this week DaBaby was definitely canceled.
The baby.
Yeah, so we'll go through it.
Tell me what's the baby look like?
I'll show you a picture. He looks like a rapper.
Rapper?
He looks like a black dude, like a normal black dude. Duh.
Well, a normal black dude does not look
Baby.
like a rapper.
Yes.
No. A normal black dude's like a normal black dude. A rapper looks like a hoodlum going to jail. Let
No,
me see. I can't say.
This is DaBaby.
Oh, he looks normal. Are those tats?
Yeah.
Jesus, he's jacked, huh?
Yeah, that's DaBaby.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't recognize him.
So he was performing at Rolling Loud. You know Rolling Loud.
No, I do not.
That's the
Is that like flat low?
what?
Flat quiet?
That's so stupid. That's such a bad joke. Rolling Loud
Hey, look,
is
mom's on the phone. Look, that's something new.
Rolling Loud is a music festival in Miami. It was at Hard Rock
Oh,
2
that's
weeks
the one
ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like the rap and hip hop music festival. So like it's really big. Like there's Coachella, there's Lollapalooza, and like Rolling Loud is right there. It's one of the big music festivals in America,
World is over.
and it's all like hip hop and rap. So DaBaby performed at Rolling Loud 2 weeks ago, and he in the middle of his set, I'll just read what he said. Like he was performing. Apparently, he's a great performer, very charismatic, like a really good performer to watch. And in the middle of his set, this is what he said. I'll read it because it's odd. I think it's really funny. So this is a quote. He said, "If you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexual transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks, then put your cell phone up." Okay. So then he said, "Ladies, if your pussy smells like water, put a cell phone light them up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone light up. Keep it real." Okay. So he said those things. And he got destroyed for those for different reasons. I mean, first of all,
People need to get
he said,
alive.
"Ladies, if your pussy smells like water,"
Water smells?
what does that mean?
What does
The
water
water
smell like?
doesn't have a smell.
What does it smell like?
Water doesn't
Look,
have a
mom's
smell.
thinking what it smells like. Look, she's like,
I'm guessing he means if your vagina doesn't smell. like put your phone light up because
Right.
he doesn't want a smelly vagina.
Well, who wants a smelly vagina?
But then it's also
Wait,
like-
wait, let's step back. You want a smelly vagina?
No,
Right.
but I don't want one that smells like water. That's not what I would think. Like,
What do you want to smell like? Watermelon sugar?
well, that is actually
I know.
what that song is.
Right.
But also every single person at Rolling Loud. So it's Rolling Loud was in Miami, outside, 95-degree weather, 50,000 people around you, dancing loud.
So therefore,
Every single, not a
vagina
single,
smell.
not a single thing on a body there smelled like water. Not even water smelled like water at Rolling Loud. Yeah, you almost unplugged the whole soundboard. Good job.
We're good. We're good. What?
That can unplug from the little box.
No, we're good. The little box, no pun intended.
So that is really, I don't understand that. And it's really funny. Imagine you're at a concert. If I was in the audience of a concert and the guy's like, hey, if your pussy smells like water, put your hands up. I'd be like, what the hell is he
But
talking
did
about?
anybody put their hands up?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Did any guys put their hands up?
So a lot of people,
All right.
he got canceled for like being homophobic.
Okay.
Because he said if you didn't show up today with
I get it.
HIV
Okay.
or any
By
of the
the-
deadly
by the way-
sexually transmitted diseases.
By the way, our generation, we're not canceling. You know that, right? It's fucking
there's
ridiculous.
nothing to be
It's
in my
ridiculous.
personal opinion, he did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong there.
Isn't he allowed to say what he wants to say?
Also, he's a performer. He's there to rile up a crowd, right? To like
Correct.
entertain a crowd.
Correct.
And also, why is that bad? Saying
So is
if
he
you
canceled?
don't if you don't have HIV, put your hands up.
Wait, so is he canceled?
Yeah, like fully. So this article says that he's since been dragged for spreading misinformation about HIV and stigmatizing the illness.
Oh God!
First
People
of
need to
all,
get a
who
fucking
has
life.
HIV anymore?
You
And
gotta
it's
get a
not deadly
fucking-
anymore.
You gotta get a fucking life. People are
But
fucking
if you got
retarded.
offended by him saying if you didn't show up today with HIV or any of them sexually transmitted diseases, that'll make you die in 2 weeks. Well, also that's so
But
weird
it's
for him to
just- but
say.
he's just pushing the envelope, being radical, being a wise ass, and that's all it is. It's a joke.
And he was probably like high on something.
Yeah. So now they're making him apologize. They're
So-
gonna take anti-gay courses.
No, so what happened? He said
They're gonna
those
make him
things.
suck dick. Is that what they're gonna do?
He
They're gonna
said this-
slap on a vagina to him, make it smell like water. What are they gonna do to this fucker? They're gonna make him white. What are they gonna fucking do to make him? It's a fucking joke.
So he said those things, and then like a lot of people didn't even really care. It was like the music community cared. Like
No one cared until they made it an issue.
so he was on a song with Dua Lipa, which you probably know the song. I'll play a little bit of it if you want. Let's see, just so you can put he was on this one. Let's see if I can get his part up. You know that song?
Yep.
This is the baby. Okay, so
Okay.
Dua Lipa came out and she posted on her Instagram and said, "I don't recognize this as the person I worked with." And she wanted to like pull the song because
Oh,
he was
God.
associated with the song.
Oh God, Bronson.
For saying that, for saying
Bronson.
if you don't have HIV, put your hands up. Which
I'm
He's
raising
saying-
I'm raising my hand. Okay. Mom raised her hand too.
And then all these celebrities
if
were
your
like
vagina
condemning
smells
him.
like water, put your hands up.
You have a vagina?
I've been married for 30 years. Of course, I have a vagina.
So, like this article says, Demi Lovato, Elton
Now put
John,
your hand
Chris
up now.
Brown all chimed in to condemn DaBaby.
Chris Brown, the guy who beat fucking Whitney
Yep.
Houston.
No, Rihanna.
Oh, Rihanna.
Whitney
Same.
Houston.
Who was it with the Whitney Houston?
Who beat Whitney Houston?
He was with Whitney Houston, I thought.
Chris Brown is like my age. Whitney
No.
Houston's dead.
No, he did. Who was married to Whitney Houston? Look it up. I'm telling you.
But Chris Brown is
But who was married to Whitney Houston?
husband. Let's see.
Come on,
Bobby Brown.
same difference.
Chris Brown, Bobby Brown.
You can see what I'm saying, right? Both rappers,
But Chris Brown
both
beat
black,
up Rihanna.
both same last name. Yeah, so did Bobby Brown. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
So
now
yeah.
I know. So all these celebrities were condemning him, and then DaBaby was then dropped from all these.
First of all,
things.
he's just a baby. He's learning. He's growing. The guy's fucking growing. He hasn't reached
He's
adolescent.
he's the baby.
He's the baby. In 2 years, he's gonna be the teenager. Then he'll be adult. Do you know what I'm saying? Let the fucking guy. He's grown. He's allowed to make the mistakes.
Yeah.
It's a joke. Poor the baby. Who the baby? Do.
So he was canceled fully from all this, and then
I want to buy his music now, just purposely.
he was performing at all. He was on the lineup for all these music festivals. He was on the lineup for Lollapalooza, for the Governor's Ball.
Oh,
He was
God.
dropped from all of them.
See, that's
This
wrong.
was within a week.
Do you understand how wrong that is?
So
But
Lollapalooza.
why, wait, isn't a thing you called innocent till proven guilty? Just because he made a statement, it's a joke.
Well, also, why can't someone
say what
someone
they want?
says one thing and it's
That's
like we have
right.
to ruin their
You
whole
know, the
career.
comedians can't even speak their fucking mind anymore.
Imagine
What's
saying
it, Barbie
one
Gervais?
thing.
What's his name? The guy, what's it, the friend,
Bobby Gervais?
no, who's the guy, the British comedian?
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, same thing.
Kind of similar. Ricky
but you know what I'm saying?
Gervais.
Right, but you know, he said something like, we got to be able to say what we want to say. If you don't like, just don't fucking listen. It's a joke. You're a comedian. I mean,
That's not the world we live in anymore.
Rosie, what's her name?
O'Donnell?
Who's the one? Roseanne?
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, she
was
got
canceled.
I mean, give me a fucking break.
She tweeted that black people are like gorillas.
Okay, but no, by the way, but you understand how fucked up that is. She could be wrong.
And it's also, if you don't like what she said, then just
Don't
say,
watch the show.
I don't like what Roseanne
That's
does.
right. I don't like
But why do you have to be like, I have to tank her whole life? She can't do anything
Right.
anymore. But that's the world. That's the culture we live in.
And that's all social media. You know that, right? The power of social media.
So he was removed from all these things. Like, he's literally not an artist anymore. And at first he didn't apologize. At first he was like, fuck this. And he doubled down on his statements. He was like, what I said was what I said. I don't care. But then, like a couple days ago, he apologized. And I
Pussy.
doubt it was him. I think it was probably his
PR.
team. Because it also, like,
why?
this is a
Wait.
quote from
Because they use words that he didn't.
no, honestly, it just doesn't sound.
because he's the
His apo-
baby.
He goes, social media moves so fast that people want to demolish you before you even have the opportunity to grow, educate, and learn from your mistakes. As a man who has had to make his own way from very difficult circumstances, having people I know publicly work against me, knowing that what I needed was education on these topics and guidance has been challenging.
Oh,
I appreciate the many people who came to me with kindness, who reached out to me privately to offer wisdom, education, and resources. That's what I needed, and it was received. I want to apologize to the LGBTQ plus community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again, I apologize for my misinformed comments about HIV, and I know education on this is important. Love to all. God bless. He didn't write that.
Okay,
There's no way he went from who here has HIV deadly disease in 2 weeks?
Doing? What is this? You think you're homie?
Who here's pussy smells like water to that statement?
The baby is turning into pussy. He should hang out with Chris Harrison.
Oh, wait, today. On August 8th. This is just right. Today's August 8th. On August 8th, it appears that the baby deleted his Instagram apology just 6 days after he put up the post.
Good.
He deleted his apology today.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Because he definitely didn't write that.
Bronson, let me explain something to you. Not you, but again, the LGBT blank, plus, negative, square root of 81, whole 9 fucking yards with the labels. It's enough. It's enough, Bronson. It's fucking enough. If he went up and
I don't see what offensive. What was offensive about that?
If he said something about fucking white people up on stage, okay? Remember, he came from the hood, whatever it is, and whatever. You think we'd be like, cancel him? If you took a regular, general, heterosexual organization, we would cancel him?
But also, what did he say that was offensive? He didn't say, fucking gay people are absolutely disgusting. They should burn in hell. This is. Okay. He said, if you don't have HIV, raise your hand.
But by the way, if he did say something offensive, don't listen to him.
Right, so what? Yeah.
And who's to make a determination what's offensive and what's not offensive?
It's the
that 2% or 1% of the world.
No, but
they found it offensive. You didn't find it offensive.
But it's like Lollapalooza didn't find it offensive. But it's the culture of, or it's like the mob.
It's like NFL is gay.
Yeah,
that's
just the mob. And so
let's take a fucking knee.
But what's also interesting, I think that
fucking world we live in, those motherfuckers, assholes, it's a fucking problem.
I think though too with the baby, like there's interesting race elements in it as well. Like I think a lot of people, first of all, a lot of the people that are canceling him are like white liberals, right?
The woke, like you said.
Yeah.
And how do you know the baby wasn't fucking? I'm just saying, how do you know he wasn't fucking sexually molested as a fucking boy? I'm not saying, okay, by a fucking man, and now he's so anti that this is what comes out. By the way,
well, also who's pro HIV? I'm anti HIV.
Correct.
Everyone's anti HIV. It's a disease.
Right.
So saying it's a deadly disease,
and I'm proud the baby was able to use it, spell it.
But so there's interesting racial elements here because like the liberal left, has a hard time criticizing black men, right? Like that's not a thing that they can do easily, right? Because that's like their bread and butter is the black community. That's their biggest pawn. So they don't criticize black people. Like this is one of the first black men. Think about it. Can you think of another black man who's been canceled?
My pants are dirty.
There literally isn't another black person, straight black person that's been canceled or that's been criticized
I'm so sick
publicly.
of the fucking agendas. I don't care about the fucking
I think that
agendas.
there's a lot of there's a lot of racism in this from the left. I think that a lot of people on the left saw this as a very easy target to be like, oh my God, we can take a black person down.
I don't think
and
so.
do it.
I don't think so.
Think so.
I think it's that fucking. I don't think it's a political thing.
No,
I don't think it's that.
I think that it's showing the hypocrisy on the left because
No, I think that so basically
because it's showing that they prioritize LGBT over African American.
That's what I was saying.
Right, and so it's kind of like when we talked about the WeSpa thing. It's like there's so many intersectional elements.
And why?
To it.
Why is that even a fucking? Listen again. Who the fuck cares if you're fucking gay? By the way, I don't care if somebody wants to fucking do it. Again, I don't give a fuck. They want to change their sexuality. They want to fucking do it. They think it's cool, not cool. They're born that way, not born that way, whatever. But again, stop shoving it in my fucking face like the Sports Illustrated fucking cover. Stop the fucking agenda. I'm fucking over it and done. I'm done. I
Also,
don't give
the left, like
I don't give a fuck about your agenda. Whatever it is, keep your fucking agenda to yourself. It's a joke. Everything's a fucking agenda. Everything.
The crazy thing too is like the left, the woke people always view like the white man as the worst for the world, right? But it's like no one on the left addresses how black, like straight black men, or just the black community in general, is like the most homophobic community in America. Like being gay in the black community, you're just not allowed to do it. It's really bad,
but
and no one talks about that.
But that's the way they want to feel. That
no, I don't care.
wrong?
But I'm saying that the white liberal left won't address that part of the black community because they're black, so they can't criticize them for that.
But Bronson, if somebody wants to be homophobic or not be homophobic, isn't that their choice? I'm not making a judgment call, meaning saying one's right or wrong, but it's their fucking choice.
Of course.
Stop trying. I don't need the government educating me further. I went to fucking how many years of school and law school, plus being raised by my parents and raising children. I'm educated plenty. Stop fucking educating the government. I'm going to listen to Nancy Pelosi. I'm going to listen to fucking Biden.
Like in that,
fuck the Kamala. Fuck her. I need education from them. Stop with your fucking shit. I'm educated. I'll learn what I want to learn. I'll take courses, whatever I want to take courses on. Stop telling me what I need to fucking be, how to think, what to do, what I cannot do. I'm fucking over. Stop telling me I become a successful middle-aged fucking man in America. My whole life being told I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. I'm thinking how I want to fucking think. I'm going to raise my children the way I want to fucking raise them. Shut the fuck up. Get out of my fucking life. Get out of my fucking space and boundaries and live and let live. Plain and simple. It's a joke. It's a joke. How much more do we need to be told? Now, do you want to be told what to do more? That's what you have a husband for. I'll tell you what to do. No, seriously. How much do we want to be fucking told what to do? It's enough. I mean, the government's in fucking competent. The teachers are in fucking competent. They're going to tell us what the fuck to do? Bronson, you know it's a joke. People need to grow a pair of fucking balls. Yes, even the women need to grow a pair of fucking balls. Stop with the small taint. Stop with the fucking men being pussies. People need to grow a fucking pair of balls and literally stand up for what you believe in and stop being told what to do. It's enough already. The baby's got to do an apology on social media. Chris Harrison needs to do a fucking apology. These are pussies. Stop with the fucking apologies because that's how you really felt. So then you know better than the gay person who's afraid to fucking come out and say they're gay. So if you have a certain view and you can't be yourself, then you're exactly the same person who's afraid to come out of the closet, which we're trying to foster that in people. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke, Bronson. It's a fucking joke. Good for the baby. I'm curious to follow, keep what's
But then
going on.
also,
I'm going to listen to his music now.
There was like, I think the race element adds in it too, because the same day, like the same weekend, Matt Damon also came. There was a whole thing about Matt Damon, but that didn't get any traction whatsoever. Where Matt Damon is like going on press for his new movie Stillwater, and in one of the interviews he said that I don't even know, it's so weird. He said in this interview, I'll just read what he said. He said, "The word that my daughter calls the F slur for a homosexual was commonly used when I was a kid," meaning fag.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I made a joke months ago and got a treatise from my daughter. She left the table and I said, 'Come on, that's a joke. I say it in the movie Stuck on You.' She went to her room and wrote a very long, beautiful treatise on how that word is dangerous. And I said, I retire the F slur. I understood. So Matt Damon in an interview, like unprompted, he said that he used to say the word fag and faggot with his friends joking around. But then his daughter said that it's offensive and wrote him an essay on how it's offensive. And now he says that doesn't use it anymore. But then that no one cared about that. Like Matt Damon wasn't canceled at all for it. But it's like, that's worse than what DaBaby did. The fact that Matt Damon said, my whole life, I used the word fag, and I just used it until today. I learned that it was wrong, where it's like, and then everyone was like, oh yeah, that's great. Where DaBaby, a black guy, said, who doesn't like HIV, and then was fully canceled. It's like that. I think that's pretty racist. That Matt Damon get off of it that so easily. His is worse.
Well, why is one worse than the other? Why can't people just say what they want to say?
I'm not saying it's. I don't think it's bad, but you can objectively compare two things. Saying I use the word faggot all the time until today is way worse than who here doesn't have HIV.
I get
that's
it.
Way worse.
But these conversations and these discussions and these debates about these words and these what people are saying is a joke, Bronson. This is the pussification of America. This is a joke that these are conversations. Don't you think that you and I are the fact that we're discussing this because this is newsworthy and this is what's hot and what's going current, okay, is unbelievable. Think about when you break down what we're talking about. It's comical. This is what we're talking about.
It's the end of our culture.
Not conversations saying, listen, we have a serious problem with the fucking kids at the age of 10 are drinking and fucking getting drunk all the time and doing drugs. Okay, that to me,
you know what? I know the answer to this question. Things about like cancel culture, race, those are easy problems to address because
they're not being addressed
there's no solution.
Correct. It's just divisiveness. That's all it's creating. Then there's no remedy in that situation.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So like homelessness, there can be a solution. Like
Absolutely.
You can solve that problem. We don't know how to solve it, but you can solve that problem. You can take steps to remedy it and you can see the changes, but the government can't handle making actual change.
Because you know why?
So
they're not
easier
capable.
for them to distract us with everyone's bad and just this is bad because there's no solution to that.
I think it's purposeful, and I think they just want to create a further divide. And also, if
that's not even that. It's just
I think so.
It's
Bronson.
like when you're a kid, if you broke something really bad,
you're punished.
You're gonna distract your parents to not see the thing you broke. You're gonna be like, let's play here. The real problems are in our country, but the government can't fix them. So they distract us with fake problems because it's easier. Because now anyone talks about. No one talks about homelessness. No one talks about how the Federal Reserve is not actually a government, but it's private and steals money from all the people. No one talks about how
corrupt pharmaceutical companies are,
or how the big tech is running everything. But everyone talks about how we need to be inclusive of trans women
and safe space. Yeah,
right. Because that's an easy thing for the government.
People fucking. All right, mom's hounding us.
Yeah, we got to go to Pearl Harbor and talk about how a bunch of.
Should we not
died.
say anything like the Japs? How the fucking did? I mean, this is the world we back then. Let's just all get along. Let's just all get along. Let's just fucking hold hands and let's all get along.
The Japanese low-key were worse than the Nazis during World War II, but that's a conversation for another time.
No, why even talk about that? That's not of importance.
No one talks about it now. You know why? It's not taught. Literally, that's not taught in American schools because, well, one, we have like so many of the Japanese military after World War II came to America and worked with Americans, and we also did very sketchy stuff with them. So like, we don't really talk about how they are.
Let's get going.
Okay.
All right. Interesting. So we're going to do another one another day or so for the Patreons from Hawaii. We got a couple more from Hawaii.
Yep. Patreon
We're here
episode,
for 2 weeks.
Patreon episode coming out on Wednesday. Patreon.com/DaddyIssuesPod. You can get 4 extra episodes a month for that, which is great.
Yeah. If you're not fucking joining Patreon, you need to do it. It's really $5 a month. You get 4 extra episodes. It's a no fucking brainer. Literally $1.25 a week. It's easy. You join a year in advance, you get 10% off. It's a no-brainer, Bronny. How do they get Patreon again?
Patreon.com/DaddyIssuesPod.
All right, Bronny, love you. Let's go to Pearl Harbor.
Too. All right. Bye. Aloha.
Aloha.
You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me.
the fucking things I see out there. People are stupid.